Michael Jordan didn't want to be a three-point shooter, not because he couldn't do it, but because he didn't want to live like that. After one of the most famous shooting explosions ever, Jordan said something that sounds crazy in today's NBA. His three-point shooting is something he didn't want to excel at because it could pull him away from the rest of his game, driving, faking, penetrating, creating.
It's something that I don't want to excel at because it takes away from all phases of my game.
He basically said, once you start thinking threes, you stop going to the hole. You start standing there waiting to be found. And that was never his mentality.
You don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality.
So here's the real story of Jordan and the three. He didn't chase it. He didn't build his legend on it. But when the moment demanded it, he could press a button and make it look effortless. And the scary part is his best three-point moments weren't plan A, they were the emergency exit. The "oh, you're leaving me open" switch. Do you really want to play that game? Look, because Jordan's whole identity was pressure. Every possession, he forced defenses to collapse. He attacked your chest. He lived in the mid-range. He lived at the rim. And he punished mistakes until teams started guessing. And when teams started guessing, that's when the three became lethal. Let's get something straight. Jordan was never a volume three-point bomber. Even NBA.com calls him, at best, a mediocre three-point shooter in the big picture career 30.7% in the 1991-92 season. He hit just 27% from three. So if that's the case, how does the most iconic three-point sequence in finals history belong to him? Because on the biggest stage, Jordan didn't need to be a great three-point shooter. He only needed to be great right now. Game 1 of the 1992 NBA Finals, Chicago versus Portland. The whole basketball world is watching, and the storyline is set. Can Portland match the champs? Can Clyde Drexler run with Jordan? And then Jordan does something that still feels unreal. He hits 6 three-pointers in the first half of finals record for a half. He scores 35 points in the first half, another record. He finishes with 39, and after one of those threes drops, he turns and gives that famous shrug like even he can't explain what's happening. That's the moment people replay forever, and it's also the moment that proves your entire video thesis. Jordan didn't want to live by the three, but he could still walk into the finals and shoot threes like the gym had magnets. Now here's what makes it even better for storytelling. That game didn't turn Jordan into a three-point guy. It didn't change who he was. If anything, it showed the opposite. He could beat you without it, and he could beat you with it. He just didn't want to rely on it. Now here's what makes it even better for storytelling. That game didn't turn Jordan into a three-point guy. It didn't change who he was. If anything, it showed the opposite. He could beat you without it, and he could beat you with it. He just didn't want to rely on it. And then you get the next twist because the 1990s literally changed the three-point shot. In the mid-90s, the NBA shortened the three-point line to a uniform 20 feet for 3 seasons, trying to open the game up and boost scoring. And when that happened, Jordan's three-point numbers jump. In 1995-96, he hits 111 threes and shoots 40.7% from deep for the most sniper-looking season of his career. But even that doesn't change the theme, because Jordan still didn't become a guy who stood around chucking threes. He was still an attacker first. The three was just available, like a tool on the table, and if you left it there long enough, he'd pick it up and hurt you with it. Now for the human moment, because every great story needs contrast. Michael Jordan has one of the most hilarious three-point ironies ever. He had a brutal round in the 1990 three-point contest, and historically, he's even listed among the fewest points scored in around 5 points. So think about what that means. The same guy who gave the world the Shrug Game also has one of the most infamous three-point contest moments ever. That's not a contradiction, that's the point. Jordan didn't train to be a specialist. He trained to be inevitable. And that's why his three-point story is so dangerous for opponents. It wasn't his identity. It was his surprise. It wasn't his diet. It was his dessert. So when defenses planned for Jordan, they planned for the drive. They planned for the post. They planned for the mid-range. They planned for the hang time. And if you planned for everything, you still had one problem. You couldn't plan for the night. Jordan decided, yeah, I'm taking these two. And that's the legacy of Jordan and the three-point shot. He didn't want to live by it, but if you gave it to him, he could make it look flawless. And if you want more Jordan breakdowns like this myth versus reality, with the moments that actually matter, hit subscribe because the next one gets even crazier.